My name is John Hunter. I run Cuestars, which is a competition in the south of England. I'm also the creator of the Cuestars Academy, which is practice routines, which is used by players, which I'm now sharing through our YouTube channel to all you guys. Now, this is another red egg timer routine. A little bit more advanced one here. What I'm going to be demonstrating is how this routine can be used to practice a soft screw shot. You'll notice here that I've lined up the colours in sequence. This black is on its spot, and then I put the other colours about a centimetre apart in a line below the black. I've got my 15 reds here with one of them on the black spot ready for the first shot that I'm going to play. It's going to be low blacks this time. This is what you're practicing. I know we're using reds, but that's for the purposes of training, so they're not wasting time. Because I know you know most people that play snooker, they've got limited time to practice because of the other stuff that you do. So you want to make the most of your practice time. So having these reds here, I mean, you'll get more shots to a short period. Now, the idea of this challenge is to soft screw this low pot and get above the colour ideally, because what you're not allowed to do here is you're not allowed to pot, because you're going to be potting the colour each time after you've got the red, and you can't play a cannon, so it's forcing you to get high on the colour each time. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So with all these routines, you'll notice that I do mention about sort of sighting the shot. My method that I use is just to get myself square behind the shot, get my head in a good position. Now, like Michael Holt says, you know, every shot should be a straight shot, and my understanding of that is that I'm looking here at the middle of the cue ball. I'm playing a off straight red, so I'm just aiming just a little bit left of just a little bit of right of centre on this red. So it's not precision. It's got to be natural. So you just look between the 2 points, and that's how you set yourself up. I know there's lots of things out there, and I don't know, it might work, it might not work. Me personally, with all our junior players, I do encourage them just to be natural. You know, we've got fantastic coaches, but I'd like to think that they're not over-coached, and that's why they're so cool to watch. And please check out the channel. There's so many amazing videos of our players for you to see. Right, so a little soft screw shot, just to try and get high on this yellow ball. Okay, and that's all right. And then the next challenge, of course, is to pot it. Now, even when you're potting a ball and you're just potting it, so position isn't in your mind, still play position, because you want that to become a habit, so that when you're playing in a match, pressure's on, it's just something you do automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pot this yellow and get my white sort of onto this mark here from earlier. So I'm having a little look at that spot, and then I'm just going to see if I can get close to this. I have to use the top cushion. That's not too bad. So, you know, really maximise your training. So don't waste any opportunity to try and improve your skills. So this time round, of course, if you missed the yellow or you missed the red, then that red's lost, because that's hence the red egg time that's drifting away. Because the idea here is to try and make all these shots before the reds run out. But I've managed to do the yellow, so now I can play to the green. Okay, and that's a better position this time, because of course, if I was, say this was a black to a red back to the black, then it's better if I'm not using this cushion for my next shot, as I did before, because I'm not moving the cue ball so far. So that's good for break building purposes. Now this time I'm going to play the green and try and leave myself straight on the imaginary black, if you like. So if I was potting the pink and black to win the game, obviously I want to be banging straight behind the black, just to make that easier. So for this shot, just a little soft screw, just a little bit of screw, and then I can just see how that compares, and that looks fine. That would have worked fine. Okay, now just creating a little bit more angle now, so I'll be aiming a little bit more right of centre on this red. Again, that's all I'm doing. I'm just looking between those 2 points, and as I get down, as you know, I encourage you just swing your hips, just swivel your hips, just to get them out of the way. I'll just we'll create a little bit less angle there. And again, you sort of get to know what the right angle is for your sort of level, you know, in terms of how easily you can get spin on the cue ball. Okay, that's not too bad. A little bit higher on this brown that I like. So again, I'll use the opportunity, I'll take advantage of this little mark. So I'll use the opportunity to try and see if I can get that white near that mark. Oh, now hit right across that. So that was a bit of a loose one. So that brown unfortunately comes back and the red has been lost. So go back, set that up, angle up again, and then see if I can make a better job of the positional side there, because I was a little bit higher on that brown than I would have wanted. So see if I can get better position. Now, this time I'm too short. So again, that's no good. I'm going to cannon the blue there if I play this shot. So make sure these balls are actually far enough apart. This is the first time I've done it this way, and I realised that you're probably going to need a little bit more than a centimetre between the balls. Otherwise, you can actually block in the angle. I didn't realise that. So maybe a couple of centimetres apart would be a better way to do it. Right, so a bit of pressure's building there then. So I just played a couple of ropey shots. As I say, won't panic, just stick to the guns. Okay, that's much better. Again here, I'm imagining that I want to sort of get straight on a ball that's on the black spot. So that's what I'm visualising. And just have a little look and see how I've done with that, and that's good. Now to the blue. Now, I have mentioned this in other of these videos, so if this is the first one you've seen, I think it's worth me just reminding everybody that when you're playing to put the cue ball into place, have a little visualization, have a little look where you want it to go, and do that in your training, and think about it in your training. But when you play your matches, or you play proper frames of snooker, just trust that will start to become automatic. So don't go into the game overthinking like that, or thinking of that as well, because in the game, of course, your focus is about, you know, winning, really, you know, trying to win the game, particularly if it's a match. Okay, but for training is your opportunity to create good habits. So your training is the key. Right, I'm just far enough on that, only just. So again, I think what I'll do this time is I'll use this shot as an opportunity just to plain ball it and just roll it through and see if I can leave myself nicely on from that side, to see if I can leave myself a good pot. And again, that's all right. That would have worked, so I'm happy with that. Now, I've just given myself a tiny little bit more angle on this red because I'm bringing the cube a lot further. Again here, I've still not got this 2 centimetre thing going on. That's a better place to put it. Right, so again, little look up there, and then it's important here that I get the spin on quick so I don't get deflection. Now, have I got that high enough to avoid the cannon? I have, just above it, just above it. So again, I think I'll use this one as an opportunity to just sort of stun it across here, to imagine if I'm sort of potting a red to leave the pink in the middle. So that's my thinking for this shot. So just below centre, and a little punch shot. And then again, just have a little look and see how well I've done with that. It's not too bad, not too bad. Now the beauty of the black, of course, is you can afford to land low or high on this black. So you've got a little bit more room to put the cue ball into. So again, I'm just having a little look into that area. That's where I want to put the cue ball. So again, try and just hit this nice and sweet. And that would have been all right had there been a ball above the black, because I am just high on this black, which is good. Now I'm just going to try a different shot here, because if I was potting pink to black, so I'm visualising, I'm imagining this is a pink for game. Well, not for game, sorry, I need the pink and black to win the game, to win a match. how would I play this shot? So again, I'm thinking that through. If I try to punch it across there, I've got to really hit it hard, and there's always a chance I could miss a pink. But I can see a nice line where I could come off the cushion, and to me, that's a sort of more natural line. So that's the shot I'm going to play. So it's almost plain ball. There's just a tiny little bit of punch, and then again, I'll just go around and have a look and see what sort of shot I'd have had on the black had that been the pink to black. And that was a little bit high, but that's not too bad. So if you're doing this training with somebody, the way you can score it, I've got my 27 points, managed to pot a red color. So I've got 27, and then just perhaps add the reds that are left out of the 15. So that would be 27, 30, 33, 34 points. Maximum you could score, I believe, is 36, because you're going to need 6 shots to make the 6. To do the 6 colours. So a little bit more complex, that one, a little bit more advanced, but again, I'd like to think that's a really good way of improving that skill. And I don't, maybe I didn't mention it enough, but when it comes to these soft screw shots, the soft is the key, because if you overhit them, you'll get too much deflection, so the white will be pushed in towards colour. Whereas if you can hit it softer and get the spin on quicker, then you'll find you'll be able to pull it inside easier and get better position on the colour. So you'll find that as you practice it, and that will be where that's a game changer for me. That's, that shot is a really key shot in snooker when it comes to improving your highest break, to have that skill to play that shot well. Anyway, once again, big thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful, and obviously I'm keen to do many more videos like this, but it matters if you guys support them, watch them, give them thumbs up, click notification, subscribe if you haven't done so, all those YouTube things. So if you can do that for me, that would be fantastic. And feel free to comment. I'll try and respond if I'm able to, but especially this time of year, it's a little bit quiet. We haven't got the competitions going on right now. Anyway, it's enough of that. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.